How the hell you doing, YouTube? Today we're back with a brand new video. So in this video we're going to be re-skimming the ceiling. As you can see here, the ceiling's pretty misshapen. They've had a hatch that had been patched in but not very well. So what we're doing here is where the hatch was, there was a few cracks, so we stapled some scrim tape to the cracks. Now I like stapling the scrim tape. It just makes sure that it stays on. It just gives you a bit of peace of mind, you know, when you're trying to, a lot of time, like I'm up on the stilts here, you'll like just stick some scrim tape up on, and when you get back around to it, it'll be falling off or have completely fell off altogether, and then you have to get back down off the stilts and get a new bit of scrim tape and all that sort of stuff. But it's really important to crack, if you are going to re-skim over old plaster, whether it's walls, and you see I've actually ripped it off, but if you are going to skim over ceilings or old walls, that any cracks that you find, you need to cover them. That they have to be covered. If you don't cover, what happens is them cracks just come back through the ceiling. Believe it or not, like a lot of the time what's happening, the reason it's cracked is because either one, there's no scrim tape, or two, the boards have sort of lost grip till the joist above. In this case, but because before I skimmed, I got up and checked to make sure that it was the ceiling wasn't sagging, and it wasn't. I pushed up with my hands and made sure that it wasn't loose, which it wasn't. So, and that coupled with me knowing that was a patch where the old hatch to get up until the loft was, I was pretty sure that it was just when it was patched in, it wasn't scrim taped properly. So you can see here, I've done basically the first and second coat out of the same bucket. A lot of people will say this is double coating, doing one big heavy coat, so just a single coat, but I don't think that's 100% right. The way I see it is that the skim in the bottom of the bucket is protected. All the skim underneath is protected by the top layer of skim, so it's not satin because of the air getting to it. And the stuff on the ceiling, it has been spread thin, and it's starting to react with the air, so it's actually starting to set. So by the time you second coat over, your first coat's took up a bit, and you put a nice tight coat over with a nice tight second coat, and I've never had any problems, never had any sort of callbacks. All my work's been dead on, like I've never had anybody mention about it. So you know, people say don't do it, but you can't do it, you just have to be careful. I wouldn't be like, if you had like a ceiling and 3 walls, I wouldn't be mixing, say 4 or 5 bags of skim and first and second coating them all out of the same bucket, because obviously it's going to set too fast, number one, and number two, you're leaving yourself open for more issues, because with all that stuff on the wall, by the time you get back to flatten it in, there's a chance that it's going to start to dry on you. You can see here, like I've just put this on and I'm already straight away flattening it in. So yeah, I feel like it's okay to do it as long as it's sort of small areas. You can see on the ceiling that it's pretty flat. Now it's not completely flat. You can still see the ridges and bumps and stuff on the ceiling. That would sort of be the way I would leave most of my skim. And then with my next trowel, which is my cutting trowel, I'll rub some water on the ceiling, and then I will use the cutting trowel, put plenty of pressure. The cutting trowel's sort of blunt, and it works pretty well to take all these lines and stuff off. As you can see here, it's took up a little bit. So you can see here, I rub it with a brush and sort of try to agitate the top layer of plaster, and then I'll just trowel it nice and hard, solid pressure. Yeah, but I just wanted to ask, I've put a little bit more effort into this video. I've done a bit of editing, added some music, put some like graphics and stuff on the screen, and I just wanted to know how you feel. Do you think it's the better quality, or do you prefer the way things have been, just me commentating over the top? This job here, I got 3 videos out of this one, and I have next week I have a bedroom that I have to reskim, so I'm going to take us along for that. I've also got a wee bit of patching to do after a rewire, which hopefully I'll get a video of that as well. Here you can see now the plaster's ready for its finished trowel. You can see, if the camera focused, yeah, you can see sort of like the black patches. There we go, focus. You can see like the black dots here over, you mostly see it on the wall or behind me, but you can see 1 or 2 bits on the ceiling. That's usually a good indication that the plaster is ready to finish. If you go before you get them black spots, especially if you're using a flexi trowel, what happens is your plaster tears, which is pretty unpleasant. Yeah, so, and it's basically the same thing, you know. We're agitating the surface, but as you can see, like, it's not actually making any ripples or pulls, you know. You're basically just bringing the fat to the surface, and that allows you just to get a good finish, and it keeps a uniform wetness, so you don't get any sort of dry spots when you're trying to trowel. Because when you hit a dry spot with a flexi trowel especially, you get like a jitter, it like sort of sticks, and it'll leave like tram track lines in your plaster, which looks really crappy, and at this stage it's almost impossible to actually remove them, unfortunately. I wish that this was a wee bit more focused. You see there, well, sort of see I'm working around the hatch there of the ceiling, just to make sure everything's nice and clean and tidy. There's no big build-ups of plaster or anything like that there on the edges. So as I said, I put a wee bit more effort into this video. I hope it shows. I hope you enjoyed, and again, as always, you know, give me some feedback. I like chatting to everybody in the comments. I appreciate that you just take time to leave comments and stuff in the video. And I actually post all these videos on TikTok as well, so if you want to head over to TikTok, I do post some other content that I don't post on YouTube, so to see that other stuff, head over there and check out. I have Instagram, Facebook, Facebook, you'll see, and Instagram, you'll see all the jobs that I do. You know, I take pictures and post them, not all obviously videos. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one, guys.